right now. Like, we're going to talk about the OG. So we're talking about Mott because this is the oldest one. This is the first representation, and he's got really, I'm not gonna lie, okay, I was kind of down in his marketing earlier when we started this, right? But he does have some very cool add-on names, right? It's Mott. He is the Devourer, right? He is known as the Lord of the Pit. Like, that is like, really, man, that's one of the top nicknames out there. That's right up there with like Air Jordan, right? Mailman, Rain Man. It's up there. It's up in that. And where he comes from is ancient Ugaritic culture. This is Canaanite, right? This is the Bronze Age. This is like 1400 BC, 1200 BCE, that culture. But he personally has an older lineage than that will break down on the timeline. But his domain was just real simple, man. He was like, I'm going to do death. I'm going to do drought. I'm going to do sterility. I'm going to do the underworld, decay. I'm going to do cosmic interruption. He took all the bad stuff. He took everything that you're like, where he cleaned house. I don't know if that's just what was left, when they were all taking what they wanted to do, but clearly he cleaned up on this. He went to the bargain bin and got every single one of these. Like, all these are on the 99-cent shelf down there. And he took full advantage of them. So he's like, this is what I'm going to work in, primarily because I only have to wear one uniform. I get one outfit, and it works in every single one of these, one of these archetypes, right? Like, each one of them. So I'm consumption. I'm death as consumption. I'm death as, you see, he's got his mouth open. Baron over here's got like a cigar, debatably a blunt, right? He debatably has a blunt in his mouth. Okay, we're not going to talk about that now. We'll talk about that later. But you can see, Midland to Kutli, right? He's kind of just chilling, right? Like, maybe it's a greeting, maybe he's gonna. I don't know what he's gonna do, right? He's kind of bony, but we can see Mott, and he's got his mouth open. He's ready to bite, right? He's ready to get into a bite right now. So we don't have to go far to kind of, get the mannerisms of who this guy is and how he suits this name. So he is literally death if it were personified, right? His name means death. His name doesn't even mean anything else. There's not another, like, this has come from like some Western Semitic languages where his name comes from. So this is, old school. He's not symbolic. He is metaphorical, right? He is the embodiment of death. He is what happens very clearly. He is what happens when the rain stops, when the crops fail. This is when bodies rot. This is kings fall, right? And the gods themselves disappear. This is not death when death was hanging out with Woody Woodpecker. This is not that kind of starvation. It's not that level. This is a much deeper core, because he's right there, like, when it's all bad, and it's kind of, and he's there to consume you. You become the consumed, and he's in this ancient myth core. He's in what I like to call the Baal cycle. Now, most of us, and I just done another video. I don't know why I pointed behind me. I just done another video about Baal and like his timeline, or at least one of the Baals. And there's a great mythology that surrounds us, and I'm going to get into that in a bit. But his dichotomy is that obviously he's what happened when there's no rain, when there's drought. That's the camp he chose. Baal was the opposite. He brought rain and he brought fertility. So obviously these guys are going to have a tussle, man. It was going to be a long-term tussle. And Mott challenges him. And here's the thing, man. I'm not going to lie to you. Mott wins. He takes out Baal. He takes out the fertility god. And that's not a good storyline, right? That's not a good storyline. He brought drought. He replaced rain and fertility with drought and devouring silence. That's what we got instead, right? Imagine one day you're like, man, I'm glad we got all this rain and fertility, and the next day they replace all that with drought and devouring silence. You would be upset. You would be upset, but that's happened. So Baal in the story, Baal descends into the underworld. The rain stops. The land gets dry and crusty. Life collapses, and this is not symbolic theology. This is not what this is. This actually happens sometimes. This is for that area of the world, the ancient Levant area, which was agriculturally challenged, to say the best. Civilization could collapse just like that. Drought could come, right? Mott showed up, and the civilization ended. So this wasn't like a deep philosophical debate about who this character was. This was live, indirect. Today, are you watching out for him? Is that Mott over there? That's literally what he meant. So this wasn't like a Halloween figure. This is agriculture linked to your extinction. So how they portrayed him is very different. Like he's different than Hades. They don't see him like Hades, who was kind of like quiet. Like for all the stories that we tell about Hades, like did he kidnap a little girl? Yeah, he did that. Okay, I don't really hear about him messing with anybody else, and I'm not excusing that. I'm simply saying he didn't do nothing after that, at least to me, right? For the most part, unless I'm missing some Hades stories. Like I know we saw it in Wrath of the Titans, where Hades was tripping, right? That was Hades. Yeah, that was Hades. Yeah, he did kind of trip in that, and I don't know if we add that to the Hades mythology, but we should really think about it in that way. But Moth's personality is very different. His guy is very aggressive. He is very aggressive. Like he wants to go down. He wants it to happen. He literally does. He's like, I wish. You know how there's two creeds of life, like I hope and I wish. Hope creed and the wish creed. Hope everything goes right. Versus I wish somebody would, right? Do you understand the differences? It's this is what an aggressive attitude looks like. And Mott is that. Like you see, he has a gigantic mouth. The big mouth is part of his description, right? That he devours gods as well. He eats gods and humans. So this guy's pure omnivore. Like I didn't eat gods too, right? And he's sitting at a pit of filth. He's sitting at a pit. Thank you, Kat, for joining in. Thank you for listening. And this guy, he's not neutral death, right? Like he actually wants this to happen. He is hungry death. He is a death that's coming out to consume you, right? So he's probably laughing while this whole thing is going down, okay? That's who this guy is. And then his underworld is very different from even, Helheim or Mittanlakutli's land, right? This is more like a swamp. It's more like a pit. This is a land of mire and dust, right? So this isn't the place that, you want problems to be at, right? Of a lot of the underworlds, and we've talked about a lot of these underworlds. I don't know if I added a comment or not. Like, what is going on here? From this perspective, a lot of the underworlds, this is one of the more, kind of grimy underworld, right? Okay, I'm trying to send my message off here. And I'm a rookie at this. So this is his underworld. Swampland, it's a pit, it's dirty, the sun doesn't shine here. And he's completely happy with this terrible place. This is more like the digestive tract of the cosmos. That's actually how you should see it, right? He consumed you, and you're in the belly of the beast. Literally. You're in the belly of the beast. And I don't mean in the Pinocchio, you're in the whale belly of the beast type of way. I mean, you're in the belly of the beast of what consumes the cosmos. You see, he wants to bite the cosmos. If you're ever out in real life and you see somebody looking at you like that, I hope you run. I hope that you run, because whenever your mouth is never open like that for anything good, right? Your mouth open that wide is all, but you don't laugh that loud, right? Nobody does. So that's what we have to understand, who these deities are, right? Okay. So, but the best part of the story isn't even that. The best part of the story is not. So he wins. He took fertility and hope and everything. He was holding it down. The best part of the story is when Anat shows up, right? Anat, the warrior guy, she shows up and she gives this guy an ass whooping of epic proportions. I've never even read about an ass whooping of this epic of proportions in any mythology. Like, I've read all the mythologies and all that stuff since I was a kid. And even this one, I was like, wow, she really got into it, man. I just did a mythology. I think it's up on the channel already, or I'll upload it, right? I'll upload it. But yeah, so she comes through and she wrecks shop. This is Anat's story, because she's like, no, I have to restore the season. She's the protectress of life, right? So she's like, no, I can't let you kill Baal. So she goes down and she like handles it and she grinds him up so that Baal can come back and reign and seasons can all that can come back. So, but he does take an L, right? He takes an L, an epic L, a laughable L. Like, other gods are laughing at you for the way she handled that business. Like she's Sekhmet-like. She's Sekhmet-like, and I'll talk about that now. I did talk about her yesterday, so you can check out yesterday's live. But she was like, knee deep in blood type of mythology, right? I loved every bit of it and was completely shocked all the way through. Okay, so she grinds him down, but he comes back because he's ancient. He's older than all this stuff. He's not just like an avatar or a psychopomp, or how they word that. There's no ethics. He's more like cosmic entropy with an attitude. Like he's always swallowing. He's the desert that consumes civilization, and he represents this Bronze Age mythology, right? Like he is all that. He's the worst out of all of them. Okay, so then we go to